Hello, everybody, and welcome to This Xbox Life, episode 310. What is your destiny? Hopefully, give me a thumbs up there, Rob and Bo, if you can hear me. Yes, all right, excellent. So, this is take two. Hopefully, you guys heard the music, and hopefully, you'll be able to hear Rob, one of my lovely co hosts.
Hey, hey, what's up? This is Rob, also known as Presar.
And with us this week, instead of Brun, it's Bo.
Hey guys, how you doing? Vince for Loki here.
And Bo, can you sit back just a little bit? There you go. Like your head was filling the screen.
Hey,
So,
anticipation.
On the edge of your seat.
so are you gonna be here with us long, Bo? Or
As long as it takes.
well, I know you're prepared just in case you have to duck out, right?
I am. Let's see. Where's my sign here? Actually, let's pull it back up
Oh,
and
there we
focus
go.
it.
There we go. so, so now it's just Rob and me. Be back later. That's awesome. All right, so we will get started. This is What is Your Destiny, episode 310. Be sure to check out the website, thisxboxlife.com, and please continue to support the show by doing all your shopping at amazon.com by using our affiliate link. You can go to thisxboxlife.com/Amazon if you're in the US, or if you're outside the US, go to our website and click on the Amazon link on the right hand side. It will take you to the correct site for anyone outside the US. So, all right, with that, let's go into what we've been playing. And we're going to start off with Rob.
Sure. Thank you, Mark. I've been playing a bunch of stuff. Playing some more Stick It to the Man. This is a game that we started playing last week, or I started playing last week. We gave out a couple copies on the show. Very strange game. I think I mentioned that last time, and that continues. It's probably one of the oddest, strangest games ever. Very strange sense of humor, but it's growing on me. Actually, the game is decent. It's a okay game. It's a side-scrolling puzzler kind of. Uh, that's probably the best way to describe it. Where you're basically this guy that has they call it a spaghetti hand, which comes out of his head, and you use it to grab things around the level, pull down, um, fronts of buildings and so forth. The animation's actually kind of interesting, where it's like Paper Mario or like Papercraft sort of thing, where everything is two dimensional and if you look at some of the things, it looks like it was drawn on cardboard because it's got like the little cardboard indentations, or I guess it's probably improper for me to call it cardboard. It's corrugated, whatever. I think cardboard is like a term from the 30s or something. But anyway, the art on it is very interesting. It's kind of cool. There's some really interesting little uh, things in the game that are just kind of done different and kind of neat. Like when you die, okay, so actually, let me backtrack one step further. Throughout the level, as you're going through, as you pass areas, it kind of like saves your location. So it's kind of like a checkpoint or a save area, whatever you want to call it. And they're called Mr. Copy, and they look like a printer essentially.
Hmm.
So let's say if you die or you fall off the level, you just go back to the latest Mr. Copy and it spits out a sheet of paper. You're drawn on it, and then the back of the paper just falls off and you're standing there. So just a very different game, kind of a cool game. I'm This is probably a game that I would have passed up, but I'm glad I got the chance to play it. Uh, it's uh, it's cool. If you get the opportunity, check it out. You know, if you can stop playing Destiny or whatever game you're playing for a little while, uh, it it's definitely worth checking out. And uh, I can say I fell into this. I don't want to say trap, but when I first saw the game, I'm like, this is the weirdest game. I have no interest in this. That's probably everybody's response. to the game, but it's actually decent. It's definitely not a max quality style game, but it kind of at least elicited a similar type of response to me, where it's sort of like, oh, this game is actually surprisingly good.
Hmm.
So anyway, that was Stick It to the Man. I played a little bit of Disney Infinity, and then also my son and I started playing Max Curse of the Brotherhood, which has been an interesting experience. He's 6 years old, and just watching him play through the levels is kind of cute. So I believe that's about it. I'm very excited for the Forza 2 demo. Can't wait. I believe that's coming out on Thursday or Tuesday, not Thursday. Uh, but as far as gaming, that's about it for me. How about you, Bo?
Well, I've been playing a little bit of Destiny, followed by more Destiny. Real simple. I'm going to be hooked on this one for a while, at least until Forza comes out.
And Bo, I'm gonna ask you one more thing. Can you take your? Is there possible to move your camera, like I don't know if it's at a laptop or tilt it down a little bit because it's like your chin's resting on the bottom of the screen in the Twitch window.
Kilroy.
Yeah, it's like exactly. It's like you're trying, like you're not tall enough to see over the frame.
We'll try here.
There you go.
Can you
That's
sit
good.
on the
That's
yellow
good. No,
pages?
no. There you go. That's good. Thank you. Hey, it just
Can I
looks
move to
better
the
that
right a
way.
little Move
No.
to the right a little bit. There you go. There you go. Can I move to the left?
Camera
2
one,
degrees.
camera two, camera one,
Tilt your
camera
head.
two.
All right.
So, all right. So, anyways, so yeah, so you played Destiny and that's it.
That is it.
All right.
What else is there?
Well, stick it to the man, obviously. Um,
Stick it to the destiny.
I also
You know,
played Destiny this week, and we'll talk about that later on in the show. What, Rob?
I think somebody could probably make like a little parody song using that. Was it I Lost on Jeopardy? Remember that song from the 80s?
Yeah.
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 Make it. I've been playing Destiny, baby. Ooh. There you go. There's your artistic challenge.
Well,
see if
I could easily do I suck at Destiny. That's my lyrics.
Ooh, ooh.
I can do the ooze, yeah.
Well, I know we're going to get into that later, but just to prove a point, we did a match last night, and at the very end, all I had to do was go up and open a chest. And I fell off the cliff and died, and it was during that end of the mission thing, so I never got to go back for it.
You never did get it. And the whole time he was our spawn point for the strike mission. So he never even got to see the main guy go down. We took him out because he was our lowest level and we knew it was really hard. So and we had played this one before and it was crazy hard. So we finally figured out there's a way you can have one guy stand back and be the spawn point. And that's what we were doing. So Elite Scion and I took the guy out and then said, okay, it's okay to come out. Bo, come over and get this chest, and he hops right off the edge. There was like a lower platform, but it was spaced out. There was a gap, and I guess he more walked off and fell straight through. So
Whoops.
we were laughing because he didn't get his chest of loot.
Oh.
Nope.
But we'll get it for him. We'll go back. So, all right. So let's get in. We're gonna try to keep this on the short side because a couple of us really want to be somewhere else other than here right now.
Well, it makes 3 of us.
All
I'm tired of this Destiny talk.
right, so let's hop into the news.
Flash.
All right, and I got to do both reading the news and doing the screenshots, so let's hope I can do this right. All right, so Battlefield 4's Final Stand DLC is set in the Arctic regions of Russia, where scientists are experimenting with technology that will be used on the battlefields of tomorrow. The DLC will contain 4 maps called Operation Whiteout, Giants of Karelia, Hammerhead, and Hangar 21. Along with new maps, there will be new vehicles and weapons which are expected to be future in nature. You can expect to see railguns, hover tanks, and mechs. Kind of sounds like they're trying to go after the whole Destiny Titanfall crowd, if you ask me. All right. Next up is for all you fans of Forza Motorsport Series, you will be rewarded with several new cars in Forza Horizon 2 through the Forza Rewards program. Whether you are an experienced Forza faithful or a first-time driver, all Forza players will have a chance to add up to 5 in-game cars to their Forza Horizon 2 garage the first time they log into the game. These 5 in-game, not DLC cars include the 2011 BMW 1 Series M Coupe, the 2013 Viper GTS, the 2015 Lamborghini Huracan LP610-4, and the 2014 Local Motors Rally Fighter, and the 2013 McLaren P1. So here's how the rewards break down. If you're on tier level 2, you'll start out with the 2011 BMW 1 Series M Coupe. If you're tier 3, you'll get that BMW plus the 2013 Viper GTS. Tier 4, which I happen to be, I will thankfully get the 2015 Lamborghini Huracan as well as the previous 2. So I was really glad about that because I'm like, the Lamborghini was the one I wanted. Would have loved to have the McLaren as well, but that ain't going to happen. But Tier 5 gets the Local Motors Rally Fighter, and Tier 6 you'll get the McLaren P1. And the higher the level you get, the previous level, car as well. So I'm going to start that game with 3 cars off the bat, so that's pretty cool. If you can check your current tier by visiting the Forza Rewards website. All right. Next up this is cool, folks. Check out the screenshot right now. Coming out on September 28th is the Xbox One Midnight Forces controller. This will be exclusive to Best Buy in North America for $65. The controller will be available in Europe in November and will be an Amazon UK exclusive for €50. So please remember to use our Amazon affiliate link for your purchases, for all those that are going to buy it through the Amazon UK store. That would be awesome. I don't know about you guys, but I think this thing looks awesome. I'm probably going to have to pick one up. And I've never been one to like buy extra controllers, but this one really looks cool. I like the blue camo look. But anyways, that's coming out on the 28th of September. All right, so The Walking Dead Seasons 1 and 2 and The Wolf Among Us are hitting retail shelves for Xbox One in October. Amazon is listing an October 14th and an October 21st date, but this has not been confirmed by Telltale Games. Each game is listed as $30, so we don't have a confirmed date, but it is on the way. FIFA 15 is now available for digital pre-order and pre-download on Xbox One. The Xbox One FIFA 15 pre-order edition is available for $60, includes the standard game, plus one, I think it's FIFA Ultimate Team Gold Pack per week for 15 weeks. The Xbox One FIFA 15 Ultimate Team Edition, which is available for $70, includes the standard game plus one FIFA Ultimate Team Gold Pack per week for 40 weeks. That's like almost a whole year. As an added bonus, you get a 10% off your purchase and an exclusive trial 5 days before the release date if you sign up for EA Access before you pre-order FIFA 15, so keep that in mind. Minecraft. Oh, boy, this is interesting. Microsoft is in talks to acquire Minecraft studio Mojang AB for $2 billion.
Yeah.
What the future of the game is on non-Microsoft platforms is still unknown. We're not sure if this could become an Xbox PC exclusive or if Microsoft will decide to let it stay on all platforms. But if it does go exclusive, the big question is, will the internet implode once again when the Sony fanboys once again crank up their tiers? Dead Island 2 is increasing the co-op player count to 8 simply because of Xbox One's cloud capabilities. And I quote, Dead Island was 4 players. Dead Island 2's producers, Michael Kempson, told Joe, whoever Joe is, at a recent press event. And he says, and when we were looking at this online aspect of it for pre-production, we thought, okay, we need to iterate on that. But the original Dead Island developer did such a good job, how are you going to make that better? Then suddenly Microsoft turns up with a new console and says, cloud-based servers always online. So we immediately looked at that. We'd always decided it was going to be an open world, but with 4 players. Would I see another guy? We thought we could conceivably take it up to 8 at least, and we progressively increased the player numbers until we got there, where it was kind of like, okay, now we're actually running into people a lot. For us, that seemed to make the most sense in how we progress with the online, make it seamless, bigger, open world, and more players. Personally, I think it's pretty cool. Dead Island 2 will have 8-player co-op. Awesome. Next up is Microsoft and Insomniac Games have just announced the Season Pass for upcoming open world shooter Sunset Overdrive. The Season Pass will include the first 3 major add-ons for the game, as well as 6 exclusive character outfits, 2 amps, and 2 traps, which will become available to Season Pass holders as soon as the game is released. The Season Pass offers players 2 campaign DLC packs that will each deliver new locations to explore, stories to experience, and bosses to battle. It'll also include a weapons pack add-on as well as new challenges and Chaos Squad objectives. The price is set at $20. I'd have to say, if the game is as fun as it looks, that is a pretty good deal. Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor has been delayed on Xbox 360 and will now be released on November 18th. The Xbox One version is still set for September 30th release. Shown off earlier this past week was a Gears of War RTS prototype that was using Kinect. The game was canceled, but it does bring to question if we could see a non-Kinect based version of this game. Halo Wars was well received, and I, for one, would love a Gears RTS game. Microsoft has announced 3 new Xbox 360 bundles for this holiday season. They all cost $249 each, and you can choose from one of the following, or buy all 3 if you want. First, there's a 500 gig bundle with Call of Duty Ghosts and Call of Duty Black Ops 2. There's a Walmart-only blue bundle, which you can see in the image, and this is pretty slick looking. It features an Arctic Blue console and a controller with both Call of Duty games. And the third one is a 4 gig Kinect bundle with Kinect Adventures, Kinect Sports, and Forza Horizon, which is available only through Target. Now, those that are looking to move to Microsoft's latest console may want to hold off until late October, early November for Xbox One bundles that include Sunset Overdrive and Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. And last but not least, Sniper Elite 3 Winston Churchill DLC is now available. The first of 3-part DLC campaign will see players attempting to uncover and thwart a 1943 Nazi assassination attempt on the British Prime Minister's life. The DLC will cost $8, and that'll be just for part 1. So you'll end up paying probably about $24 for the whole 3-part DLC. And that, my friends, is the news. So what do you think, guys?
Rock on.
I actually want to go get the Sniper Elite DLC, but I've been a little too busy with something else. So I'm going to have to go get that.
I think Destiny's just a fad. You should just get that Sniper DLC. And
Yeah. Of course.
it's a fad like that thing, the internet.
So, alrighty. So what's happening?
Yeah, but
Time?
I was just going to comment on that Minecraft thing. That's kind of huge. I mean, the amount of people that play Minecraft, if Microsoft can snag that, I mean, that's kind of a big deal.
$2 billion, though, for Minecraft? I mean, it just
Yeah.
seems that's an insane amount of money.
Yeah, and from what I understand, the guy that does it, what's the name of that company? Mojang. Yeah. The guy that started it, Notch, whatever his name is.
Yeah, his nickname's Notch.
Yeah, he doesn't like Microsoft at all. So I guess that doesn't mean anything when $2 billion is staring you in the face.
Well, according to the article I read, he's actually really good friends with Phil Spencer, though.
Okay.
So maybe that's why this has changed now that Phil's at the head of the console.
Sure.
But I don't know.
More than likely, because I guess he's not really into the day-to-day aspects anymore. He's probably just going around just having wild parties and stuff. Who knows? But from what I understand, if he comes on board, also that he'll pretty much just kind of go away. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But it is a huge, huge thing. Minecraft is across so many platforms, and it has such a huge, huge user base. It makes sense.
What do you think they'll go? Do you think it'll go console exclusive?
No.
You think Microsoft will continue to support a PlayStation version?
That's a good
I mean,
question.
it seems like what was the other one I was reading? Microsoft did well, kind of like you think about their OS and their window, or I mean Office and stuff. Office is on Apple, and you can get it, I think, on Linux, and they're doing multi-platform, but you
Right.
know. The video games is a little bit different, but there's a lot of money there that they can still make.
Right.
So um, I don't know. I think it would be kind of maybe shooting themselves in the foot if they pulled it and said it's an exclusive. But if they're going to pay $2 billion, you'd almost think they're going to make it an exclusive. But I don't think people are going to buy a console for Minecraft. But then again, I would never imagine Minecraft being worth $2 billion. So
Because
what do
doesn't
I know?
is Minecraft, is it browser based on the PC or is it an actual app?
I, Good question. I don't
Do
know.
you know? Yeah, because from what I understand, it's pretty lightweight for the most part. So um, it's not something that really needs a huge powerhouse in order to play because the graphics are pretty simplistic. They're very blocky, and at least that's how I remember it from when I tried it a number of years ago. But when it comes to actual support of software, there's two different models. There's exclusivity, which I think is something that we're going to see less and less of, and something like Minecraft. It really is a multi-platform game because you look at all of the mobile devices. You've got your big platforms like the Android, the iOS, Windows Mobile, etc. It's very rare for a company just to sit on one of those without having, you know, an app for one of the other or all of the other uh, systems. So something like Minecraft, Microsoft would be just silly, absolutely silly if they made it console only. Yeah, I mean, it just does not make sense, because we're going down the road of where Office is coming to Android soon.
Right.
You know, you,
Well, Office was going cloud-based too. They've got was it
right? Exactly.
Office 365? Is that what it's called?
Mhm.
So it's
Yeah.
all cloud-based, subscription-based. You don't even get a disc anymore. So, but
Yeah.
I can't see paying a subscription for a piece of software. I don't know. I looked at it because I wanted it on my Surface, but then I'm like, you know what? I could put it on the wife's, I could put it on my other home PC, and then my tablet. But then I'm like, then I'm paying $10 a month to use Office. It just doesn't. I, I can't. That doesn't
Well,
compute. I'd rather buy the thing. It's instead of paying a subscription. But I
you know,
pay two big.
for some people, it makes sense to purchase it. For others, the subscription is, exactly what they need. Because I think with the subscription, you just get it, whatever it is. You don't have to upgrade because it's constantly upgrading on the cloud.
Right. It
Kind of like
is.
Google Apps, because we use it for the show,
Right.
and it's more than adequate.
Oh yeah. And but the thing is, it's like I can use free open office type of stuff on the Surface or on my
Yeah.
PC, and it's free. So it's hard to justify that for like a home user when there's other options instead of paying a monthly fee.
Right.
That's the problem. I that and we pay so many subscription fees. It's like I don't want my software to go subscription based.
Yeah.
But so anyways,
So, just to kind of wrap up what I was saying, I think that Microsoft is going to start moving more into, at least on the application side, they're going to start moving it cross-platform because it in 2014 it doesn't really make sense to have just one version. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Because there's so many different platforms, so many different devices, so many different opportunities for revenue stream. And, you know, you just have to have it available for everybody because they're not just going to go to your platform.
Well, this actually kind of I can actually roll this into our first roundtable discussion in a way, because putting your stuff on other platforms Microsoft is actually, it's been reported that Microsoft may be working on a streaming service that allows Xbox One and Xbox 360 games to be played on PC via the browser. So if it is going to be, obviously it would be Internet Explorer based. I don't know what the PlayStation 4 has for a browser, but the PlayStation 3 had a version of Internet Explorer. So if the PS4 does have IE on it, which almost seems kind of funny, but if it does, maybe PlayStation people could be playing Xbox One and Xbox 360 games without owning a console. And I think that in a way it's kind of cool because Microsoft would be able to expand and make money off Xbox One games to people who are not console purchasers because they can play them on their PC through a browser. The games would be playable in the browser. They could possibly be playable at around 60 frames a second. The same streaming service would run the 360 dashboard in players' browsers. A downside, however, is that Microsoft may have some obstacles to overcome in the licensing area. But they have been working on a research project called At a Time, which uses Doom 3 and Fable 3 for cloud gaming. Game Industry Bix points out this could allow Microsoft to compete directly with PlayStation Now. So, I don't know. What do you guys think of browser gaming or playing our Xbox One games in a browser on a? I mean, personally, that'd be awesome. I could probably play stuff when I'm traveling on my laptop or even on my Surface. You know?
Yeah. One thing, when I first read this, it kind of, I don't know, put me off a little bit. I was like, you know, it's my 360. Why would I want to play it on something else? You know, it was a really strange reaction. I was kind of surprised because I don't know. I felt like my Xbox would be, I don't know.
But what's it
No,
matter if you can use? Because you can. I've
exactly.
hooked up a controller, 360 controllers. You can plug them into to your PC and game on them.
Yep, that's true.
So if you've got it playing through the cloud through your browser and you've got your controller, it's the same thing. I mean, and I can play it on the road and not have to not lug my Xbox anymore. I've carried my 360 before when I've been out of town for a week,
Yeah.
hooking it up in a hotel, which is a challenge because typically you can't get it online, so you can't play online or talk with your friends because of the hotels, the way their wireless stuff works. Um, so that impacts you. Some hotels don't allow you to hook up, third-party peripherals like that. I've been to them where they won't even allow me to do it, and
Right.
others will. So same chain too, which doesn't make any sense. But this takes that out. I don't know. I can't even hook it up. The hotel won't let you. So now I can just open the laptop and play it right there. That's pretty sweet. I like
So
that
then,
idea.
what would be the draw of buying a 360, for example? I mean, or actually, I guess this is for both Xbox One and 360. I mean, what
Xbox
would be
One
the,
and 360.
yeah, what would be the draw then, other than like maybe doing TV content? I mean, I don't think that they would do anything that would really cut into their sales unless this is an extra.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
so okay. I mean, perfect. Here's the draw. A lot of people bought PlayStation 4. Okay,
Yep.
and but they want to play Halo Master Chief Collection or Forza Horizon 2, Forza 5, Titanfall. They can't do it. But if you can buy the game for $60 and play it on your PC, which most people have, and play it through a browser, they don't have to buy the console, but Microsoft still makes money off of them and they sell more software.
Okay, well, I could see on something like that, but let's say a Call of Duty title.
It's already
Why?
cross-platform. But
Right.
no, I think if they can build it into the cloud and stream it, then they can do every game. And the bonus is like for people like, you and I, we travel. Now we can still play when we're on the road. Don't have to haul the console and equipment. It just makes it easier. We can still access our stuff away from our device.
Right.
I like it. I think it's awesome. It's giving you more capabilities. I mean, we've already been able you got Smart Glass, which lets you do a lot of the stuff on Xbox Live very easily, and I like going to that. I can rent movies and watch Xbox videos through my Surface. That's like the only thing missing. They've got Smart Glass. It's like everything's there, but the capability to play games. Let
Right.
let me stream my games through Smart Glass. Really, that's what they should do instead of the browser. Is add in stream if you own the game, especially for someone who owns it digitally. Okay, then now you can stream them from the cloud, and your game saves are already in the cloud. They're not
True.
stored
Yeah.
locally, so it doesn't matter wherever you go. You can just put up your Surface tablet or your Windows 8 laptop and play your games, and you don't have to be on the console. I think it's brilliant. I would love to see something like that. So, what do you
Oh,
think, Bo?
definitely.
You've been awful quiet, man.
Well, no, I'm thinking about the logistics of it. First of
You're
all,
playing Destiny, I know. You got your controller down low,
Yeah.
right? You're
Put it
playing.
down.
no, no, no.
Check his status real quick.
The logistics of it, for example, digital, you have to download the game to your console. So how would you play the full game from the cloud? Wouldn't there be bandwidth issues of transferring it?
No, because it would be a streaming. It would be a lot like on live, where you don't have the game on your side. You're basically playing it on a server in the cloud.
Hmm.
You're playing it. It's all happening on that end. You're just watching. It's almost like watching the streaming. You're watching the video game play, but
Well, in a
it's
hotel, you're not going to get that to stream.
Yeah.
I mean, you can barely watch Netflix in a hotel room. Uh,
well, yeah. I mean, there's could be complications there. I mean, for me,
but
that wouldn't be an issue now because I went and bought a. I actually have a hotspot for my 4G, and that works really well. I found that out my
Well,
last trip.
I can tell you though that when you're in the middle of nowhere in Virginia in a hotel, they don't work
Well,
very
that's
well.
that's true. Plus, I do have bandwidth
Yeah.
limitations on that. I found out on one trip I ran up almost my full because I was sitting in the airport just streaming Amazon Instant Prime as I was waiting for a flight, and I quit the show, and just before I was turning the box off, I looked at it and I had almost maxed out my bandwidth limit, and it was like luckily the next day was the start of a new cycle, and I was like, whew, that's the first time I ever came close to hitting my 10 gig limit. I'm usually like under a gig, you know. So
Boy.
yeah, it'll go quick when you start streaming stuff. That
Oh
was a
yeah.
the
That was a lesson.
the other question I had on that was how we're still waiting for the sharing your games with friends and family, and I know the loophole of setting your home Xbox in someone else's house and vice versa. How would how would you log into your account to play these from the cloud and share that with family? Would they be signing in as you to play it?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, initially it could just be if you logging in with your own account through like Smart Glass. I mean, you're already logging in. Smart Glass already logs into your Xbox Live account.
Okay.
It would just be adding the ability to play your games, stream your games through the Smart Glass app. I think to me that's the way they would go, not through the browser, but maybe they'll do browser. But I mean, everything would just be yeah, you got to log in.
Okay. Yeah,
So
I'll stick with the console.
until he has it, then he's gonna be like, "This is awesome." So when your wife takes you to makes you go to that chick flick and your
Chick-fil-A?
your chick flick,
Oh.
and then and Bo's bored and he pulls out his iPad and he starts playing. He starts playing Destiny there in the theater.
And he's got his jacket over his head to block the lights.
Excuse me, sir. You need to turn off your cell phone. It's not a phone. Leave me alone.
Nice.
All right. Well, I think it's a pretty interesting story, and we'll definitely keep everybody updated on how that progresses. So, all right. So let's move on to our next one. I actually got a nice little video. Hopefully, this doesn't ruin things. We'll see how this goes. So, the next one is the Xbox One system update. Have you guys seen? Have you got the new update? Either
Yeah,
one
I
of you?
think I do.
Wow, is it messed up? Or I mean,
Do,
has it really changed a lot of stuff?
do
Oh
not
boy.
like it.
I I'm having a I'm struggling with some of the things that they've done. Like what was just on our screen where you when you snap something and now you double tap the Xbox button instead of going to the snapped, it brings up like a they call it like a shortcut guide. Do you want to go to your game? Do you want to go to the Snap app? Do you want to go down to something else or do you want to go up and open up another app? And I'm just like, I just want to go to the Snap. I mean, that's what you had me doing for the last 9 months is double tapping to get to my Snap, and now it's like it's adding a step. But anyways, some of the things that they've done, and it was a lot of updates, so this will take a couple minutes. So let me run through these, and then I'm just curious what you guys think of these things, and what you've been experience with them. So they've done new Snap and friend functions. They can let you stay in the game and in touch with your friends at the same time with improved Snap, Smart Glass, and achievements functions. So Snap updates. We've updated the Snap Center to include quick access to many of the things our fans wanted faster access to when playing a game: friends, messages, game DVR, clock, and battery indicator, as well as making it easier to close and open new Snap apps when playing a game. A double tap of the Xbox button on your controller will bring up a menu that allows you to open a new app in Snap mode, close the current Snapped app, or switch focus between your game and your running Snapped app. Additionally, two apps have been optimized for Snap mode: the Friends and the Messages. So you get your messages in the Snap now, which is nice, and your friends list. So that's kind of nice. I do like that. But what I've noticed weird about the friends or the messages now is it's not like an email or just a single text message anymore. It's conversation threads. So you don't delete messages anymore, which I guess is nice. You don't have to delete them, but I found it to be a little confusing when I'm looking at it. It's like, why is this other stuff here? I mean, I'm used to the uh, what did I say? The threaded messages. I've been using Gmail forever, but it's just weird to see it there after all these years of it just being like a text message, one message and you delete it. Have you guys seen that yet, or recognize that that's now threaded and you don't delete your messages anymore? It keeps them all.
I hadn't noticed. I'm actually just trying this out now.
Yeah, pull up your messages, and you'll see like all everybody that's messaged you, and if you go into one, you'll see like the history there of the messages, and
Yeah,
you
the
don't
full
delete
list.
them anymore. So you don't, and they don't come up in the notification anymore. So when someone sends you a message, you can't go to the notification center to get them. They're not there, which is weird. It's that they took them out of there. But I'm not sure if I like the conversation threaded for this because these are just little quick
Hey, Tina,
messages.
we're
Oh.
broadcasting.
Yeah, they're.
It's picking you up.
I was kind of surprised about that when I saw it initially. Is I actually didn't look at the full list of what was changed, and I just went in to respond to some messages, and I'm like, oh, that's different.
Yeah.
And I for me, it's just different, and I don't care what it looks like as long as I see my message.
All right. So the
But it is nice to see the thread if it's a conversation. I do have to mention that though.
yeah, that's if it is a conversation, that's nice. But
Yeah.
it's like for me, I'm like, huh? I don't adjust to change very well. I'm old. I like the way things. It worked in my day. Darn gun it. That's the way we
We all know
liked it,
you hate
right?
change.
That's the way it was, and we liked it.
Yeah.
Um, achievement
You know,
apps. Go ahead.
there is one thing that has been kind of messed up lately. I don't know if it's just my system or uh, if it's part of this update or whatnot, but I've been having trouble turning the Xbox on through the controller.
Hmm.
You guys have that too?
The voice commands, I have to say it probably 5 to 6 times for
Oh,
it to turn on now.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah, I've
with
had
me,
issues
it's
with
just
voice.
hitting. For me, it's just hitting the button. The controller lights up, and then the Xbox doesn't.
Uh,
And I actually,
try a hard
uh,
reset. I mean, unplug. I've noticed too, just
yeah,
powering it off and holding that button for 7 seconds, then it shuts down. But also unplugging the power brick
right.
that for some reason I've held the power, turned it off, and cycled it. It doesn't fix an issue. I pull that power cord and leave it out for 30 seconds, and then plug the power cord back in, and then turn it back on. That seems to resolve all issues. I don't know why, but it does.
Okay.
So you might want to try that. For voice, Bo, I got the same problem. I need to I think what I need to do is there's been so many updates. Probably need to rerun the Connect Audio. What is that? There's like a trainer, so it like probably needs to relearn the commands and my voice and all that stuff. That's probably, I think that would improve issues. I'm just too busy playing games to run through that again.
Too busy shouting at the TV and trying to twist your controller. And
Turn on! Turn on! And what's frustrating is it won't do what you want it to, and then you'll be right in the middle of something. You're just, and all of a sudden it just flips the TV or it just does something else. You're like, no, no, I didn't say anything. Why are you doing that? So, but okay. So, anyways, on to the updates here. The achievement apps. It says update. It's been updated to enable sharing achievements that you've unlocked with captions. You can see a list of friends you've unlocked specific achievements and an updated achievement snap landing page that shows achievements on recently played games when a user is not actively playing a game. The new friends section enables you to see at a glance what's going on with your friends. You can stay up to date with their current activities, the most popular games your friends are playing, and a gamer score leaderboard to see who's improved their gamer score over the last 30 days. The new friends section has been available for select preview members for a few weeks, and now we're bringing it to everyone in the program, with plans to roll it out this feature for all Xbox owners within this October system update. Then there's new smart glass features. They've done some improved, let's see. Oh, you can now see a list of your games in your profile. You can also see a list of your friends' most popular games in the friends section of Smart Glass. They've done some improvements for TV and video. They've got Media Player, DLNA, and MKV support. They've got live TV trending, so within the next week you'll be able to see what live TV is trending based on your country and One Guide settings. Now, this is interesting because that's something they promised way back at the reveal, and it's actually making its way here. So a new tab will be available in the One Guide that displays the top 10 most watched TV shows with the list filtered down to the shows that are currently available based on your One Guide settings. You'll be able to tune to a specific show by pressing the A button. The live TV trending list will be updated approximately every minute, so you can easily discover shows that are popular with other viewers. This feature will initially be made available to preview users in the US, Canada, and the UK. So that's kind of interesting. I'll have to check that out.
The top TV thing is kind of neat in those instances where you want to watch something and you don't know what's good.
Yeah.
Because DirecTV has something like that, and I've used it a handful of times. That's in those situations where you don't have anything DVR'd. There's nothing on Netflix. There's nothing you want to play on Xbox. What are we gonna do?
Blasphemer.
The other thing I was gonna ask, I had a question on that media player portion. So I think it was last update that they started the being able to play movies off of USB.
Right.
Or locally attached storage, I guess is a better way to put it. And being able to play from a DLNA server across, or DNLA server from across the network was coming later. One thing that wasn't absolutely clear to me when I saw those release notes was, is across the network part of this update? Or
with this update,
are they still talking?
No, with
USB?
this update, you will be able to easily access and play music, watch photos, slideshows, or movies stored on home media servers and devices that support the DLNA server playback or protocols.
That sounds like it is finally enabled then.
With this update, yes.
Yes, okay. I got to try that out then.
And then you will be able to play back MKV files stored on a USB device or a device on your home network that supports DLNA streaming.
Okay.
So, there's Xbox One Digital TV Tuner, this new accessory. We talked about that a while back. There's a limited number of preview participants in the program due to hardware requirements needed for testing. Stream TV to Smart Glass. If you have an Xbox One digital TV tuner, you'll be able to stream TV across your home network to your smartphone or tablet using the Xbox Smart Glass app. You can also pause, play, rewind, and change channels without interrupting gameplay. There's a live TV mini guide. I've seen this one. There's a one guide in 12 new countries. So if you live in Belgium, Chile, Colombia, Denmark, Finland, Netherlands, Norway, Portugal, Poland, Sweden, Switzerland, and Russia, you will have a one guide now available for live TV listings. There's internet TV apps. Apps with live TV channels can now include their TV listings within one guide. In addition, other Xbox TV features such as channel changing using speech and mini guide will work with these apps. These features are enabled automatically the first time you sign into the supported app. And then universal remote controls in Smart Glass. If you're in one of those 12 countries, you'll be able to use the mobile device to control your Xbox TV and or cable satellite box. And other fan requested features, these are some new stuff that's been fan requested. Updated devices and accessory page. So to access the new page, go inside settings where you can find, assign, and update Xbox One accessories. You can, and I found that today. I was trying to figure out how to update my controller, and it's been moved. So it's under this device section.
Oh, it's not under system.
It's not under system anymore. It's under the settings, and then it's in the settings, and then devices.
Yeah.
Firmware updates. You can update the firmware for an individual device, and you can also more easily find or identify a controller by making it vibrate. And then you can also hide games and apps on your console. You can now hide items in the ready to install list under my games and apps. This is a per console setting, and items will reappear in the list if they are installed again from the Xbox Store. So those are, but that's a lot of stuff that they've got in this update. It truly is a lot of stuff.
With that firmware update, I wish they would tell you if your controller needs one. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it'll tell you. It might, because now that they've added that piece, and you can assign control. You can assign a controller to somebody. I guess I was looking at today. I was like, "What do you mean assign controllers?" I mean, I swap back and forth. Whichever one's charged up.
Exactly.
But it is interesting, and I plugged one in, and it says, "Oh, you don't need to update." So I guess it was the other one that was charging that needs to be updated. But because when I got the latest update, I only did one controller. So, but anyways, there's a lot of stuff. I think the only thing that in fact, I need to go out and request this, is that when somebody sends you a game invite, it says it doesn't say it right away. It's it used to say on the 360, so-and-so wants to play or sent you an invite to play whatever. Now they've got their gamer tag or their picture icon, and it says invite to this game. And I think if you wait long enough, then I think it'll scroll to see their name. But if you go up and if you miss it and you go to notifications, it doesn't say who it's from. And excuse me, it's kind of odd. And it's I just would like to hit the notification and have the person's gamer tag listed so I know who sent me the invite. So I need to put that in my user request. But so that's the Xbox One system update. And is there anything? I mean, what do you guys think? I know, Rob, you like the DLNA stuff. Bo, are you interested in any of this stuff, or?
Well, the couple things I don't like about it on the main tab, it looks like it doesn't line up with your TV anymore. So you always have, a couple inches of the next tab on the main screen.
Yeah.
And so, for example, the friends list to the right is constantly updating when you're used to seeing just a static screen on the main screen. In the friends list, I do like where it says, 5 people are playing Destiny right now. The thing
that's cool.
that I don't like is when you go click on that to see who are the 5 people playing, it takes you to the store to buy Destiny. It's so when it calls out those games, they're actually just links to go into the store to download them.
Okay.
Just where I would rather, see which 5 are playing and, kind of where they're at.
Exactly. Or it would be cool if it would be statistics on the games and this is where this person's at or how long they've been playing. groups. Very good point.
And one thing I noticed too that we used to be able to switch from game chat to party chat. Now there was problems today with Xbox Live. Did have issues today, and I know Bo and I were in a party, and all of a sudden we couldn't hear each other. We were having people couldn't get in, or they were getting in, but we couldn't hear each other, and there was a lot of that. And at one point, Bo and I actually lost connection completely. But it was like I was called him, so I called him on the phone. I'm like, dude, let's just switch over to party chat or game chat, or let's do game chat. And then I noticed it's not an option anymore. Now I don't know if they took it out because it used to be there, or if it was part of the problem. They just shut everything off, and all of a sudden it disappeared as an option. But even in the game, when we weren't in a party, it's like we couldn't hear each other either. So I think there was a lot of issues going on. But I do hope that that option is either is there and will find its way back when they fix the issues that they're dealing with today, or they bring it back, because sometimes it's, party chat gets logged, laggy, or there's issues, and it's just better to have everybody in game chat. So, but other than that, I guess it's a pretty good update. It's a lot of stuff, and we've been getting lots of changes, so I guess keep them coming.
The frequency of these updates is really surprising because it seems like they're just coming out so fast, or is it just that time's flying?
Every month they're putting out, soon as they release it for
Yeah.
everybody else, I'm like the next day I'm getting the next preview update. So
I'm just saying, there's like my perception is that they're just coming out all the time. I know it's once a month, but it just seems so frequent.
what is nice now? I will say this: I never saw this one install. I just turned it on, and all of a
Me
sudden I'm
neither.
like, whoa, what happened? Stuff has changed. So the whole background updating, it is finally working. So I like that aspect. I'm never impeded now with having to do the updates like on the 360. I turned my 360 on the other day. They got a huge update on that, and I was like, what are they updating on this thing? Why would the 360 get an update? And then I have no idea what it did. Nothing looked different. But there I had to sit and wait and let it do its thing. Here I boot my Xbox One up, and it's already been done for me in the background.
Yeah.
While I was sleeping. So I'm like, I like that.
Oh, very nice.
But alrighty, I think it's time to move on to Destiny, and we're gonna spend a little bit of time talking about this. Let me see. I got my video up. Okay, so first of all, this video that you guys are gonna see, I got a couple videos. I'm gonna let them play as we talk. Hopefully, I'll keep my mind watching this as one ends, but I'll play the next one. But this is footage captured from our Friday Night Life. We did have an FNL. Unfortunately, as we found out with Destiny, if you want to play the campaign, it's you and 2 people. That's it. Even though you can pull like up to 6 people in your fire team, the only thing you can do is go in and play Guardian, or not Guardian, Crucible. And I just saw the word Guardian down when I said Guardian, the Crucible, which is a competitive multiplayer. So we tried that. We tried 2 rounds of that, and every one of us hated it. So we quickly left and just split up into groups of 3, and we're playing through the campaign. But so that's what this footage is that you're watching now. So Rob, what do you think of Destiny?
Is it like Solitaire? Is it like Free Cell?
Oh, Rob, you're gonna kill me too, because I know you asked me earlier this week, do you think
Yeah.
I'll like it? And I said, nope, probably
You-
not. And I was really down on the game.
I after all these years, I should know better than to ask you about a game.
No, here's well, I'll get into my thing later. I don't
Yeah.
but when you asked me that, I would say this, I don't think you'll ever put the time into it.
Right.
I really don't.
Probably.
I don't think this is something you'll probably really get into. Also, at that time, I really was not impressed. I really wasn't caring for it. I was like, whatever. It's just another stupid game. And that's changed, and I'll explain why later. But so at that point in time when you asked me, my answer was accurate. And for your question, I think it's still accurate. I don't think this is a game for you. Because it just does take a lot. Well, no, it's just because this is a game that you're gonna have to play. a lot. It's
Yeah.
one of those you're gonna, it's a lot to it. It's not a quick 4-hour campaign, in and out. This is gonna be one of those that I can see when I'm done. First of all, I don't think it'll ever end. I think you could continue. It's just there's so much there that it probably is continuing on. But then you can also go back and start new characters and play it again another way. And so yeah, I think if you were looking for something to play a lot of, yeah, this is definitely there. But you're more of a casual player, so I don't think this fits the bill for you. So,
Mm, I see how you are. Okay.
but just my opinion. You asked me. So, Bo, I know you've been playing.
Yeah, yeah. Boy, I don't want to tell your secrets, but earlier in the week, you had nothing nice to say about the game.
No, it's no secret. I was complaining on Facebook. I said, this is just it to me it was the first couple of days we played, I only really played it's like I was excited or interested the first day. I'd never played the beta. I was interested the first day, want to get on with the community and play. And that whole first night, I was just like, I have no clue what I'm doing. I don't know what anything is. I
So
felt the
hard.
gameplay was very lackluster. Was not. It was like I felt like I was running through Halo, to be honest. And I've said a million times, I'm not a huge Halo fan. I've never really been like Halo Reach. I think was the first one that I actually really liked. And then Halo 4 I thought was amazing. I really liked those last two. Even Halo 3, it was like okay, I'm playing with three other people. That was fun, but it was just like you just ran through the thing, someone's a spawn point. It was just kind of like you just kept moving forward and you just kept killing and there really was nothing else to it. It was just kind of I felt it was just kind of empty. And I know people that love Halo are going to hate me for that. It's just I've never got Halo. I play it. I actually was planning to get the Master Chief Collection, but at the beginning of this week when I started to play this, I was like, you know what? I don't think I want to spend my money on that Master Chief Collection because I really never got into Halo that much. I played because everybody else was liking it, and I was like, yeah, it's okay. Um, but yeah, that's changed once I got probably, I don't know, what, 10 hours into the game. Then it's like you're on Earth and then you go to the moon, and even in the moon, I was still like, whatever, whoop de doo. When we got to Venus, it's like something changed, and I don't know what, but it's like the enemies you were playing against or shooting, it was so different, and um, the environments were really cool, sort of. I still kind of have an issue about some of the environments, but um, I liked it. I liked the way things looked and the way the enemies were, and it just I don't know, getting better at the game and getting an understanding of how it works and playing, with you and Elite Scion, going through kind of playing it together. It's been fun. We've had a
Hmm.
lot of fun moments.
Hmm.
Some of the dialogue has been hysterical. I've laughed out loud at some of the comments. Like Little Light. I think that's still the funniest thing. But I now it's like I today I hated to leave to go get dinner. I didn't really want to stop playing to record the podcast. I'm like, I'm in now. It
Yeah.
didn't hook me right away, but I kept playing. It was the newness, and I'm like, well, I'll just keep playing it. And it did. Somewhere along the line, I really got hooked on it. But it took me a while. So it wasn't like day one, this is the greatest thing ever. It was like day four. Ooh, this is the greatest thing ever.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's we've gone back with the different fire teams, and we've replayed a couple levels just to keep the storyline campaign. And you see different parts and have different experiences, even replaying the previous level. Um, so I'm a fan of that. I've been playing one character, and then this evening decided to go back and start another character. I do not like that you can't skip through the cutscenes.
Yeah,
You
that's a negative.
you have to watch those in their entirety. Um, but it is interesting how instinctive the game becomes as you play it, to where you go back and start over For example, tossing out the grenades. You don't start out with grenades.
Yeah.
And when you're in a firefight and you tap that bumper and nothing happens, you're like, oh shoot. Or you're so used to a certain melee stroke from one of the characters, and a different character has a different type. And when you're expecting one thing and something else happens, it throws you for a second. But the game, I mean, it's fluid. The more you play, the more you get out of it. And I know as you rank up, the fun begins after level 20. Is what I've read. We'll find out.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I'm like level 19. I'm hoping to hit 20 tonight after we're done recording. I plan to get back on. But I've heard a lot of. I think my biggest concern or confusion is I don't know what a lot of the stuff is, and it seems that's not just me. There's
No.
a lot of people that don't understand what's what in this game, and even tonight, someone like Elite Edog 420 is like, what is this? Do you guys know what this means? And he's an avid gamer. I mean, he's got like what 400,000 gamer score or something. I mean, the dude plays a lot. He knows games. And even he was like, I don't know what this means, or what are these things like the Grimoire cards? I still don't. You got to go to Bungie.net. But I've been there and I look at them. Okay, what does this mean? Is it just information? How do you find out what certain things are, or what all these minerals and materials you pick up? And there's so many elements to this game, and it's like nothing's really explained. So you're just kind of floundering around, and people are like, okay, I hit level 20, I'm not leveling up anymore. Why do I see people at higher levels? Well, it's because I guess at that level you have to equip legendary armor that has something to do with light, and
Hmm.
then you can rank up some more. So people are really kind of confused and don't know what's going on, and so there's a lot of that, which is kind of frustrating. Um, but the game is a lot of fun after a while. And then I've heard several people say the same thing. It'll get fun and I've heard people say it gets good when you get to level 20. Well, gee whiz, I shouldn't have to wait to level 20 in a game for it to actually be like, hey, now I'm having fun. So that's kind of the weird part about it for me. But I heard a lot of people say, well, once you get to Venus, or once you get to Mars, or once you get to the Moon, it's like everybody has a different place where that's where it became fun for them. For me, it
Hmm.
was Venus. Um,
Well,
but
I have found out. I've read a lot of articles on Reddit this afternoon trying to figure out the weapon stats and what they mean, and the difference between the impact and the attack, because they just weren't making sense the way they're listed in the game. Um, but the Bungie app that you have on your iPhone, iPad, whatever device, that actually does tell you a lot. And as you get in there and just tap on the different screens and everything, it's almost like the instructional guide that's missing from the game is built into the app itself.
yeah, and I haven't looked at the app. I never pulled up the app. I don't even pull up the website. And that reminds me, people, that the Bungie. If you go to Bungie.net, we do have a clan. Okay, and it is this Xbox Life. Now, a lot of people have like joined in already. We have 43 members, and then there's like 46 followers. If you had gotten in before, but when you're in the game and you see like your little tag, with your gamer tag and your current rank and all that, if it does not say this Xbox Life underneath your gamer tag, then you need to go out to the website, pull up to this Xbox Life page, and there's a button at the top that says make this my Xbox clan, or make this my clan, something to that effect. Once you hit that, it's immediate. Instantly, you'll see this Xbox Life name pop up in game on your tag. Then you're in the clan. You're gonna want to make sure you do that, because there's our achievements based on being in a clan. One, for example, is if you get with two other members that are in the clan and make sure that it says this Xbox Life on their tag, because if it doesn't, then it's not going to count. But make sure that is showing there. And then if you do a strike mission and all three of you complete it together, you will get an achievement for completing a strike with with 3 people from the same clan. But you'll need to go out to the Bungie website. I don't know if you can do that from the app, but Bungie.net, there you go. You can do it right from there. So, but please do it. Go ahead and put that clan tag out there and run around with guys from the group. It is actually a lot of fun. So, other than that, what else, Bo?
That's it. Depending on what time we get off tonight, I'll be on tonight. If not, I'll be tomorrow.
Oh, let's go. Okay, we're out of here.
I'll be like, guys, where'd you go?
um, yeah, I mean, I don't know what else there is to say about it. I really do like the strikes. They've opened up now. I don't know if it's because I hit a certain level or they did it this weekend. I think it was when I hit level 18 or 19. I think it was 18. All of a sudden now I got strikes available. A strike playlist is now available to me, and it's like they start at like 18 and go on up in hardness and levels, like some are 24 and whatnot. So you definitely gotta be ranked up. They are going to be tough. And but the strike missions, I've really enjoyed those because they can be pretty long and it's challenging, and you're with 2 other friends and you just try to go beat this mission and beat this boss. And so there's a playlist you can just run through there and go into the strike playlist and just do strikes. And it was stated on when it unlocked, it said on my screen that that's where you're going to get higher level drops. So if you're gonna get a lot more chances to get the legendary armors and the drops and better, I guess there's green and blue and I guess there's purple items. I don't know what the top is. I don't know if it's gonna be orange. Because I know like Borderlands was like white, green, blue, purple, and orange. I think that was the level, if I recall right. And it seems to be that's what this game's doing. They started out white, then you got green. Now I'm getting blue stuff. I haven't seen a purple yet, but I know Eric, Elite E-Dog, had a purple. So it sounds like it's kind of following that path of the Borderlands rarity color scheme. So the strike missions will get you some more of that other stuff. So I think that's where the game has a lot of legs. They can easily expand this game DLC with new planets, probably putting more missions on current planets, putting in more strike missions and stuff like that. I think that'll be one of the things I do a lot of is strikes. Um, but that brings me into an article that I kind of wanted to go through. It was on Xbox Wire. It says why Destiny's end game is just the beginning. So let me just run through this real quick. Bungie's brand new Destiny includes quite a bit of content beyond its multi-planet campaign. Raids are 6-player missions that open up when players hit level 20. Woohoo! There we go. 6-player missions. Bam! So all I got to do is hit level 20. I'll hit that tonight, hopefully. So that might be what I'm looking forward to. So when you hit level 20, then you get raids. There are no waypoints to tell you where to go and what to do. They're also friends only with no matchmaking, meaning that you'll need to gather 5 friends whom own the game, sync your schedules in order to play them. They'll have you struggle your way through the most challenging dungeons, fighting the biggest bosses, and the reward you with the best loot and upgrades the game has to offer. They are very challenging and demand communication and cooperation from the entire team. This endgame content fits into a sequence of experiences that Bungie orchestrated from the start. It begins as players see the end of the game's story, which serves to align the motivations of the players with the motivations of their characters. I think what players will find is that the game unfolds and transforms over time, said executive producer Patrick O'Keefe. In the first hour, it might feel like a familiar shooter. Then players will start to see other players in the world. They will undertake cooperative and competitive activities without really worrying about it, or they might keep on a solo journey but partake in public events, which I do like public events. That's pretty cool. Eventually, they'll go to the tower and learn some of the mechanics to improve their character. They'll make decisions about character customization and ability customization. Players are encouraged to log in every day to see what is happening in Destiny's featured activities pane. I don't know what that is. I have not seen a featured activities pane. Have you seen that, Bo?
Actually, I think that's in the app itself.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because there's a daily challenge that I know that they talk about doing.
Okay, so it says log in to see the featured activities pane, then head to the tower to get their bounties for the day. Bounties allow players to create a parallel progression for what they're doing for a day. Nightfall activities come both daily and weekly and provide extremely exotic rewards for those who are capable of making their way through them. 20 hours in, I think the players will find that they've evolved to playing a whole different kind of game than the shooter that started them off. They'll find that they are immersed in a different world and are deep into the history of their characters. They'll have built a community of other players, and without realizing it, they'll have learned some sophisticated mechanics that enable them to gear up and dive into 6-player cooperative raids and pursue a high-level exotic weapon and armor. So remember, when you hit the end of Destiny's campaigns, you've only just gotten warmed up. So, and I think Mars is the end. So I think I'm quickly approaching the end because I know Bo and we got to Mars. And so I think there's only maybe 4 or 5 missions. What was it? 4? 4 missions, I think, or 4 story campaigns per planet. So there's only like 20 missions, I guess. So we're pretty close to the end. But then it'll open up the raids and we can do more strikes and all kinds of stuff. So that's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to doing a raid.
So, for example, in the app, September 12th to the 14th, which was this weekend, was the Crucible Weekend playlist. Rewards were Crucible Gear, Crucible Marks, and Crucible Reputation. On September 16th, the Vault of Glass level 26 raid opens up, and your rewards will be raid set gear and Ascendant materials. So they are going to be having, every few days, new levels and areas opening up.
Okay.
Continuing in September, Combined Arms, Queen's Wrath, Iron Banner are all upcoming adventures.
Cool. Yeah, I need to probably get the companion app. That might help explain some stuff. So I'll grab that tonight. So, oops, my video ended. Let me kickstart the next one. So that's it for me for what I've got for Destiny. If there's anything else you wanted to comment on.
Nope.
So let me ask you this. Did it live up to the hype then?
More so than Titanfall, personally.
That's I don't know. I think maybe this one might have longer legs. I can see this game being something someone would play longer than Titanfall. I did love Titanfall. I do enjoy it, but I haven't played it in a long time. And it's one of those, it's like Call of Duty. It's better than Call of Duty, but it's kind of like that. It's like, once you played it for a little while, I think this one with the loot aspect keeps you coming back. There's always that something new with Titanfall. It's what are you working towards? Your next, what do they call it? Prestige. Not a prestige, but your next prestige level, and I mean that's really all there is. So this is, I think, there was an article on the Xbox Wire basically saying, Bungie, you put an MMO in my shooter. So it really is. It's if you like Borderlands, I mean, it's just kind of like that. There's lots of loot, lots of characters, lots of traveling around. It's kind of, to me, it's like a Halo meets Borderlands meets Diablo, really, because of all the loot. It's kind of like a mix of those three would be kind of the way I would put it.
I would agree.
So
I can tell you what game is going to live up to the hype, and that's 2016.
The Division.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh yeah, you gotta talk about that because you sent that to me tonight. Now, is this legit source?
Yeah, it's legit. I don't necessarily think they're saying that spring 2015 they're bringing Red Dead Redemption to the PS4, Xbox One, the first game, but that the second one will be coming out in 2016 and will be featured prominently at the next E3.
Wow. Yeah, I won't play Red Dead on Xbox One. I won't buy it again, but I will get Red Dead 2 for sure. Will you get Red Dead again on Xbox One and play it again?
I might. It depends on what's out at the time, but it will have been what, probably 2, 3 years since I'd played it. So yeah,
Man,
I might.
they better put it out in June. I can't sign on for riding a horse or all over the place again to repeat the exact same game. That'd be tough. Even though I'm looking to buy the Master Chief Collection, but
Well,
same thing, I guess.
if we can take the Destiny speeder bikes and put them in the Red Dead, there you go.
That would be better. Dude, some of those horses are slow. So, awesome news. You guys heard it right here. This was breaking news. So, brought to you by Bo. So, awesome, dude. We might have to put you on staff permanently with that kind of nugget.
At the scoops.
He's got scoops, yeah.
He's got more scoops than Baskin Robbins.
There you go. All right. So, I guess we'll take it into our community. Unless you guys got anything else to talk about.
Hey, we can maybe mention this. Uh, Microsoft announced that they're replacing some Xboxes. So I don't think we talked about that last week, did we?
No, I think that was. They were saying the number of those were so small, but it warrants, I guess, talking about it.
Yeah, just briefly. Yeah, so Microsoft announced that they're going to be replacing some loud Xboxes, right?
Yeah, it's not like just your drive spinning up.
It sounds like it.
I guess it's
Okay.
like an old dot matrix printer or something. I mean, it makes
Yeah,
a really loud ratcheting noise or something.
yeah.
Almost like there's a printer going on inside. Those, if you've got that issue, contact support, and Microsoft is actually going to replace those consoles. But
And that was, I mean, it seems like they reacted fairly quickly to that,
they must have.
without letting it drag on.
Yeah, I would say they probably maybe were able to figure out what was going on. It's weird that it's just a few. I mean, they said it's a really small amount. It's not anything widespread. I mean, I don't. What the weird is for me, like on occasion, I'll hear my drive spin up. I'm like, why? There's nothing in there. There's nothing in there. Everything's digital. Why is the drive spinning up? And it'll go woo, and it'll run for a minute, and then it stops, and it shuts off, and I'm like, okay. So weird,
Nice.
weird, wild stuff.
Yeah, that's
All
about
right.
it, though.
All right. So we do have a community out there. We are on Facebook, so look for us on Facebook. We also have a Twitter account. You can follow us on Twitter, and it'll tell you when we're going to do our shows. We do a voicemail on our website. You can click the voicemail box on the right-hand side and leave us a voicemail. And of course, we also have an Amazon affiliate link. It's how it supports the show and allows us to do giveaways. Back to you guys. So, Rob, do you want to tell us what's coming out this week?
You bet. So for the 360, only one title to really note. This is going to be out on, I believe, Tuesday. It's Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm Revolution. And for the Xbox One, we have Flockers. Quite an interesting name there. Flockers. It's a puzzle game of sorts. This is going to be out on the 17th from Team 17 Software. That's a real big blast from the past. But other than those two, we don't really see anything else. So sort of a quiet week before the holiday storm, which is soon approaching. There's going to be a lot of stuff coming out, what, in the next 2 months?
And where's everybody going to buy that stuff?
Very good question. Got the answer for you, my friend. It's Amazon.com. Make sure to go to thisxboxlife.com/Amazon. That'll take you over to Amazon, and then anything you purchase through there, regardless of what it is, does not have to be Xbox related, does not have to be gaming related. That will help support the show and let us give you guys some cool giveaways. That's all.
That is all. All right. I think we are done for this week. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you got questions or comments about the show, send us those voicemails. We'll put them into the show. And with that, we appreciate your support and hanging out with us. So I am Mark, aka Wingman709. Take it off.
And I'm Rob, also known as Presar. Thanks for listening, everybody. I know those other two guys here, Bo and Mark, are going to go play Destiny. Well, I'm not going to play Destiny because Mark told me not to buy it because it's not a good game. I'll catch y'all next week.
And this is Bo, also known as Vengeful Loki. See you online.